Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge here to review some Seattle Seahawks action as we lose, get our asses beat 12-28 against the LA Rams on Sunday Night Football. I'm not gonna lie to you boys and girls, this one hurts, but I'm not gonna be the salty little bitch either. Hey, kudos to the Rams. They kicked our fucking ass today. And my God, what a fucking frustrating game. This game starts off with a lot of injuries to the Seattle Seahawks, and this is no excuse. This is never an excuse to say that, oh, we did poorly. No, just stating the fact that we didn't have our full roster, right? Ziggy Ansah out, Luke Wilson out, Michael Kendricks out, so a lot of makeshift stuff. We had Cody Barton as one of the linebackers who I thought played pretty well until, spoiler alert, he got a little bit injured in the latter half of this game. Unfortunate for him. And in terms of Seattle, it just looked like from the very get-go, the LA Rams defense was just making their lives absolutely miserable. I mean, you got guys like Aaron Donald, Clay Matthews just making a mess. Littleton, is that the dude's name, the linebacker? I mean, just absolute fucking castration on the O-line. It was a bloody nightmare, but to come out in the first quarter to get some semblance of points was good. You know, Jason Myers getting the 39-yard field goal, but it just looked like it was never going to be in Russ's favor this game. And you see it immediately from the Rams' offensive standpoint that Jared Goff got confidence, and I hate to admit this because I berate Jared Goff a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't hide that fact. I do think he's still a bang average quarterback, but of course, division games against the Seahawks, there's extra motivation, of course, from Sean McVay and all the cats in that organization just want to beat us down. And of course, this is where Jared Goff looked fantastic today. He was shredding our secondary. Trey Flowers looked like a fucking child today. And it's actually Brown from the LA Rams getting a touchdown, very easy. I mean, Zerline getting the PAT, no problem. Rams going up 7-3. And for the Seattle Seahawks, getting nothing going on offense was kind of a typical thing. I mean, there was a lot of punts in this game. You saw Michael Dixon more than Russell Wilson having any significant ball time. And to see the Rams score again with Woods this time around, a 6-minute, 29-second drive, 88 yards. I mean, even though I hate the Rams, man, I mean, I'm an NFC West Seattle Seahawks fan. I fucking hate all the other teams, but when you get your fucking ass beat, kids, you better goddamn recognize that you got your ass beat. And goddamn it, kids, first half, you're already down 14-3, and this is already a fucking tremendous task that you have that you have to overcome. And for the Seattle Seahawks, they just couldn't make anything of it. I really questioned the play calling from Brian Schottenheimer and Pete Carroll today. A lot of panic moves, a lot of trying to get smart and cute with Sean McVay, which, come on, man. McVay can figure shit out. He gets, sucked off for some of the most inane shit, but to his credit, he's still a good coach, right? So he's still there. He's still fucking in the hunt. But for the Seattle Seahawks, it was just our secondary. I mean, Shaquille has been consistent all throughout the season, but Shaquille Griffin and Trey Flowers pretty much made Jared Goff look like Patrick Mahomes today. Check downs, I mean, Higbee, 10, 15 plus yards each and every fucking time. And I know everyone's going to get on my ass about, the specific details. Well, look in the fucking drives then, man. I don't want to recall that shit specifically. Like, I remember when Jared Goff just cream pied us all over. And it continued before the end of the second half. I mean, before the end of the second quarter. I apologize, boys and girls. And the reason why my brain farts and stutters is because I was in disbelief at what was happening. I am not going to lie to you. I came in this game very arrogantly thinking, oh man, the Seattle Seahawks are going to beat the shit out of the fucking Rams. This is not the same Rams team though, boys and girls. This is a confident Rams team. After beating the shit out of the Arizona Cardinals in their own home, they're coming back with a level of swag. And it's Cooper Kupp fucking up Trey Flowers to get a touchdown to put the Rams up 21-3 by the first half. And I just thought initially in this first half, the defense by the Seattle Seahawks, the effort they put up was damn near pathetic. I thought they were just giving up easy ass runs, and our linebackers and our defensive backs were just getting manhandled all over. And so you go into this second half with the Rams getting possession of the ball and hoping that something good can happen. Thankfully, this comes in the form of Quandre Diggs. This man is such an amazing acquisition for what we had to give up to Detroit. And we still have, a year and a half more on his contract for a very, very low sum. I'll take it any day. Quandre Diggs gets the interception, goes for a 50-plus yard pick six, and there's a little bit of hope. There's a little bit of optimism. 9-21, Rams get the ball back, and it's Quandre Diggs getting the interception with Jared Goff so close to the end zone. And this is where, behind the 10-yard line, the Seattle Seahawks have to ground and pound the ball, keep the possession clock going. But unfortunately, this is where the Russell Wilson and the O-line was an utter disaster. We love Russell Wilson, we do. But I really thought the way Russ and the O-line handled themselves, Upati, Fluker, Ifedi, just an absolute mess today. An absolute mess today. I mean, I think they had Jamarco Jones at one point to try to solidify the depth in that O-line, but it just doesn't bode well when you got Aaron Donald on the other side just smothering everybody. And when the Seattle Seahawks, again on defense, comes up big with a block on Zerline's fucking field goal kick, a 37-yard attempt with Rasheem Green blocking it, you would think the Seattle Seahawks would capitalize, only being still down 9-21. This is the most frustrating part about this game. They could have capitalized on the interception. They could have absolutely capitalized on the block field goal, but nothing. Nothing comes of it, and it is just a frustration. It's just frustration all over. And there's one call specifically by the refs that I didn't necessarily agree with, where Jalen Ramsey and DK Metcalf kind of go into this bit of an altercation. And with DK Metcalf getting the last push, he is the one to get the personal foul. And I don't understand why Jalen Ramsey didn't get a personal foul, so it would offset each other and they would just have to replay the 4th and 1. But with Jalen Ramsey, I believe, swatting that play away, it just felt as though the Seattle Seahawks offense was never going to get going. And like I said, Cody Barton gets injured on a play in I believe it was early in the 4th quarter or late in the 3rd quarter. And you bring Shaquem Griffin in, who has been a magnificent addition. I mean, he's one of the main catalysts as to why we got that pick six from Quandre Diggs. And you see some life in this defense, but unfortunately for the offense, nothing ever gets going. And when the offense can't capitalize on multiple chances that the defense has given you, well, the defense is going to lose their energy. They're going to tire out. So Todd Gurley runs in and rushes in for a touchdown where, again, Trey Flowers, just what the hell is going on? I mean, one day we have interception magnet Trey Flowers, and then the next day it's just blowing assignments and just giving up easy touchdowns, Trey Flowers. So the Seattle Seahawks go down 28-9. And the craziest, annoying part about this fucking broadcast is Chris Collinsworth saying, there's Trey Flowers getting the facial. Like, Chris, calm down. Watch what you're saying, all right? There are kids watching this shit. Chill the fuck out, man. And again, when opportunity is given to the Seattle Seahawks offense, they aren't able to do shit with it. Russell just hesitant all game long, and the O-line just awful penalties. I mean, you're in the red zone. You take 2 back-to-back penalties like morons. Jesus, it was a nightmare. Myers getting the field goal, 34-yarder, brings the game 12-28. But honestly, it really didn't matter in my eyes, because in the next drive where you had Russell Wilson potentially going for that, one possession, what's the word, man? Like one possession, I don't know, fucking comeback, one possession comeback drive. It just never worked out. It just didn't. Russell just looked beaten down. That's the best way to say it. I mean, you got Aaron Donald just causing fucking all sorts of problems. And when you just think this O-line is fucking shit with 2 minutes left, it's Russell Wilson who puts the dagger in this game with an INT. And it's over. It's over. Game ends 12-28. This is the first road loss in the season for the Seattle Seahawks. Not a great time to do it, especially with the playoffs just looming around. And this sets us back, I believe, 5th overall in the seedings. So we're in the wild card still after, beating Minnesota and having that edge over the San Francisco 49ers. Not a great look. Not a great look. But what was a great look was the LA Rams. And again, I don't really compliment the Rams as much as I think, but here I am telling you folks that the Rams kicked our ass and they deserve some kudos. Jared Goff, 22 out of 31 passes completed. 293 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he still led way in the touchdown department. No sacks, just no pass rush generated from the Seattle Seahawks, which meant they could just run all over. Gurley and Brown rushing in for touchdowns also just really close this game off early. This game was as good as done in the first half. We are used to Seattle Seahawks coming back in the second half, but everything was off for this offense in the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson throwing only 22 passes on 36 attempts, 245 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, a nearly lost fumble, and 5 fucking sacks. Justin Britt not being in this O-line is a huge detriment to our squad. And the issue right now I see with the Seattle Seahawks is not just the offense, but Russell Wilson looks a little bit staggered. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that immense pressure that the LA Rams were bringing in. But this is, I believe, the 4th consecutive game where Russell Wilson has thrown at least 1 interception, and it hasn't been good. I'm not going to lie. I defend Russell Wilson all the time, but this game was absolutely ugly. He had arguably one of his worst games, period. And I know the Ravens game comes up. I know the Saints game comes up, but I feel this was the worst one. Maybe because it's on prime time. I don't know. But listen, the Seattle Seahawks have a bit of a rough stretch, even in these last closing 3 weeks. We have Carolina away next week. I'm actually going to be in Dallas, so hopefully I can find a bar somewhere to watch it with Seattle Seahawks gear. We also have the, Arizona Cardinals at home, which is always a tough match at home. We all know this, guys. Arizona Cardinals are known for the black magic trickery. And, of course, the final showdown potentially final showdown between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers in Seattle. Which, guys, if we win that game, we're top of the NFC West. But right now, we got to brush off this loss and keep going. And kudos again to the LA Rams for kicking our ass. But Seahawks, we got to get it together. Let's move on to next week. Forget about it. I'm not even going to listen to any goddamn sports radio regarding the Seahawks. I'm bummed out. I'm depressed. So I'm going to go finish watching my Lakers. So boys and girls, follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. Now, fuck off.